Nancy was going to come and join us, but she ended up getting called into work today. So
Work.
I told her I would record it, and that way I can also um, put it up on my YouTube.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, see my screen?
I see your screen. So I pulled up the scanner, but then I was like having major brain farts as to where I find the trainings again.
Okay,
So
so this is Aurous, okay? And when you first get here, you're going to come over here to strategies. There's two strategies. There's Gold Watch, which you can also, according to them, you can also use it on Forex major US pairs.
oh,
Only US
the
pairs.
majors. Oh, the US. So UJ, EU, probably.
Hang on a second and I'll walk you through that real quick. Let me get this picture down here in the bottom where it quits bugging me. Okay, so we're gonna go to Gold Watch. At least I think we are. Okay. All right. This is Gold Watch. Okay. Do not ever, ever, ever come over here to the left side on these time frames and do anything. Just forget they're even there. Everything you're going to do on both Gold Watch and Gold Zone, you're going to click on this little chart icon up here.
Okay.
You're going to click on that. And this is where you're going to do your time frames, is over here. And it has 15 to 4 hours.
Where are you? I'm
Right. It's right at the alert panel. Do you see on my screen? You see over to the right, the alert panel?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have it up on your screen now?
Yeah, the Zoom thing was covering it.
Okay.
So I'm gonna pull up on mine
Yeah.
too.
Pull it up on yours so you can actually do as I'm doing, and then you'll see it. Once you have it open, then go to your strategies, click on Gold Watch. And then once it loads, upper right hand corner of
Yep.
your you got the chart icon.
Yep.
Got it open.
Yep.
Okay, so above the words alert panel, there's 4 time frames there: 15-minute, 30, 1 hour,
Yep.
and 4 hour. Okay. So then below the alert panel, you see where it says all pairs.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Okay, if you click on that, it'll bring you a drop down menu. And if you scroll down, you can see where
I
it
see him.
starts at EU. And
Yep.
then you should have only the US pairs,
Yeah, I
nothing else.
just see EU, GJ is on there.
Yeah.
GU, UCAD, UChef, gold, and go figure, gold, and UJ.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So it's basically the I guess they call it the major pairs.
I would, right. Yep. I would, yep.
EU, UJ, GU, AU, UChef, and UCAD.
Yep. I see them all.
Okay, so supposedly, let's see, click on EU. Supposedly, you're supposed to be able to use it on the major pairs. Okay, it's got one for USDJ, UJ, but
Are you on the 4 hour?
um Well, I actually had brought up EU, but it wasn't doing anything for EU.
Yeah, I didn't see that either. I see on the 4 hour,
Yeah, I
oh,
don't
that's
understand.
gold.
That's bizarre. Okay, so EU or USD? That's not, it's not even changing the, okay. Apparently it's only bringing up gold right now.
I got mine to bring up EU, but I had to click on it twice. It's not showing anything though, so,
Yeah, it's not,
okay, so I'll go back to gold. Do
uh,
you do 15, 30, 1 or
oh,
4?
well, there, I clicked on the 4 hour. So it brought the chart up finally, but there's nothing there. So we'll go back into gold. Okay. Let's go to the 4 hour. Okay. So if you look right there, see, I told you that it paints stuff for you.
Yeah, you're doing gold watch or golden zone?
Yeah, no. I'm just showing you gold watch for right now.
Okay, because
Gold
mine's not
watch,
showing. Oh, there it is. Never
gold
mind.
watch will also have stuff that paints, but the problem with this is someone is marking this up. It doesn't automate it. And Evan
Oh,
is the one that marks these up. And one of the guys from the UK that I work with quite often does not like this guy because he's found too many errors with his stuff. Uh,
okay.
so I would, if you're going to try to go in and use Gold Watch at all, you need to rely on your analysis. It's still going to paint this part for you, the invalidation level and the hit level, the gold one and gold two. It will do that. But he,
Okay.
as you can see, there's like arrows that are,
Yep.
the system does not do that. Somebody else does that.
Okay.
Okay. So
Yep.
that is that one. And then we'll click on golden zone. Okay. And it comes up and you always have to click that little chart.
Yep.
Okay. And it's got it on the 15-minute, but I'm going to drop it down to the 5 because that's what I trade on is the 5-minute.
Okay.
And then you can see right here, this little box right here
Yep.
is the golden zone box. Now it already painted once.
Yep.
And when you get the candle to go in on, it has a check mark.
I see that.
So that's where you want to go in on is over here under the zone of action. And it's in gray. So you can go in anywhere between 19,000 and 199050.
So yeah, in that 50-cent spread there. Okay.
Yeah. So that's your action zone. And normally this box is bigger, but for some reason it's reduced. And then it also, if you can see right here, it has an orange flag.
Yep.
That means that it's already hit take profit 1.
Okay. Yep. I see that.
So if we were back when it did all of this, if you wanted to continue to exit 2, you can do that. But what you want to do is take profit at 80% at take profit 1. And this is what they say in the training videos. They will tell you when it hits take profit 1, take 80%, move your stop loss to break even, and let it run farther. Because at exit 1, it's only a 1-to-1.
Okay.
And you know, I don't do 1-to-1 because to me it's defeating the purpose. Because to me that's like break even. You know, if I'm risking 0.5, then I'm only going to get 0.5.
Right.
Even though it's because it's only going 1-to-1. It's not going 1-to-2. So I always go 1-to-2, but I will use these numbers, and you can take these exactly like they are and put them into whatever trading platform you're using.
Okay, so does this do replay?
Go
No.
ahead. You want to share your screen with me so I can see what you're doing?
Well, I'm on my other computer. I was just
Okay.
curious. Okay, so you have the box.
Yeah,
Do
you
you
have
just
the, go ahead.
do you just pretty much open the scanner then when you're trading and wait for a box?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much that's what you do, because this unlike the harmonic scanner, remember the harmonic scanner, we used to be able to plug stuff in there
Yep.
and tell it when to send us alerts and stuff. This one, if there's a way to do it, I can't find it. So at some point I need to get on a live session and find out if they have this thing set up that way. Where do we find it? Because when you go in here, you can't find it.
So now I'm looking, the 30-minute doesn't have the TP1, TP2, the 5 and the 15 does, but doesn't
Okay,
matter. I would
hang
be
on a
on the
sec. I
5
need to get
anyway.
back because when I try to go into my profile, it doesn't even let me do that on here. It okay, so the big box right here is on the 15-minute. So
Yep.
you can see the big box right there. The big box is there.
Yeah, and that one already has the flag and check mark. So, I
Right,
mean,
right.
also it's 12:30, so you don't want to be getting into anything anyway.
Yeah, but the flag happened at the take profit 1. See the
Right.
flag over here happened at
Yep.
1. And now it's retracing, and it looks like it's going to go in for another run.
So, being that TP1 was already hit, you might not want to get in again, correct?
I would not, to be honest
That's
with
what
you.
I'm thinking. Well, I know we used to say that with the harmonic scanner. If TP1 had been hit, then
Yeah, well, uh I don't remember that far back whether they were doing the same thing, whether TP1 was a 1-to-1 or was it a 1-to-2, and then take profit 2 was,
yeah, I don't remember how that. So
because I
your
think,
stop loss is the invalidation zone line, and then
yeah,
obviously your entry is wherever
yes.
you get
And
in
then
over here.
I
So do
I
you set, okay, so you get a check. So this one, this pink candle got the check mark on it. So then
yeah.
do you set a pending for it to come back into that zone of action? Because that pink one was not in the zone of action.
Okay, well, this is set up for a sell.
No, that would be a
So
buy.
this is no, this is set up for a buy. I'm sorry. This is set up for a buy. So the check mark is like your entry candle would be on the ATH.
Okay, but what I guess I'm confused is, would you enter when the candle closed then? Because that would be above the zone of action. That particular candle.
Yeah.
Or do you set a pending for it to come back to that zone of action? I'm confusing you, aren't I?
No, I just, um, hang on a second, because I got the 11 pages of notes here somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? Because that pink one, nowhere in there did it hit the zone of action.
Okay, Gold Watch, Intro to Golden Zone. Okay. Hang on, bear with me here. Okay. Okay, so it says, make sure you always wait for the 15-minute candle closure. Focus on candle that breaks the zone and candle that retested the zone.
So your entry candle would have been the next candle after that checked candle on that 15
Right.
when it went back into the zone of action.
Yeah, and so that one would be your entry candle because it went down into the zone and
Yeah.
closed. Wait, is that right?
Well, it went into the zone. I mean, if you had set a pending there, it would have triggered you in and then gone to take TP1. Actually, it would have gone all the way to TP2, that one candle.
It says always wait for the retest candle to close and confirm parameters and notification in alert panel. So if you look over in the alert panel, it's confirming right here that the invalidation is 1989, exit 1 is 1992.
Oh, yep.
And then exit 2 is 1993.5. It's not telling you the active zone is 1990.5.
Yep.
So yeah, right where the dotted line is,
Yep. That would be your entry.
that would be your entry, right?
It seems
Now
simple enough.
I've taken those numbers and put them into the MT5, and I don't like the amount of space there is between the invalidation zone and my entry zone because it's too big.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
It takes a long time before that starts getting into profit. I don't like big, huge stop losses. I just don't like it because it takes too long to get into profit. And if it's gonna flip, it's gonna flip before it even gets into profit. So you're in a loss.
Yeah, I see what they've got. I mean, if you throw the trade planner on there, if you have your entry at the dotted line of the zone of action, like you said,
Right. Then
it's 1 to 1 and 1 to 2. If you go exit 1 and exit 2.
right. I have taken that invalidation zone number here and brought it up to the bottom part of the golden zone box.
Ah, okay.
So in other words, I would take it from here where it's at and I would move it up
Move
here
it up there. Okay.
to shorten that stop loss.
Yeah, and then that makes that same trade a 1.5. If it goes to TP1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now you can also see that the bearish flags are coming down and looking like it's going to go down and retest that zone of action again. So, it looks
So
like It looks like that one actually went all the way to exit two, didn't it?
It did on one in 15 minutes in one candle. It would have
Yeah,
triggered in and looks like
yeah,
it opened, triggered in and shot up.
yeah. The two important factors to remember here is the check mark and the flag, because the flag is automatically going to go at that exit one. It's always going to go there because that's what they recommend.
And 80%.
That is set up for a 1-to-1. So they
Okay.
recommend that you do 80% at take profit one.
And then let the other 20% ride to TP2 if it
Right.
makes it, and if
Yeah.
it doesn't, whatever,
Move your stop loss to break even at
break even.
the 80%.
So how now this is the 15-minute that we're looking at. You
That's
said
the
you
15-minute. What
do
what
it
you
on the
can
5.
do is watch on the 15-minute, and then when you get that check mark, you can go ahead and drop down to the 15 or the 5-minute.
Drop to the 5.
If you're gonna trade on the 5-minute, you can wait for everything to develop on the 15, because that's where it developed to begin with. It was on the 15 because it's got the full
Yep.
action box. Okay, but if you drop down to the 5, once that box and everything populates on the 15, drop down to the 5 and look for your entry there. You still have a check mark to go by because the check mark is here.
Right. And you still want, so the check mark closed, that's fine. Then the next, so I'm looking at the 5-minute.
Yeah,
The next
I'm on the
two,
5-minute.
the next 2, 3 candles. So it seems to me that you want to either watch or set a pending order for the zone of action.
You could do that. But just remember to do it where the dotted line is and not the bottom one.
Right. No, no, right. The entry would be right in that zone. It would tag you in because I'm just looking at on the 5-minute where the check mark is. There's 1, 2. I mean, yeah, that flag says that it hit TP1, but it's actually 4 candles later before it comes back to retest that zone
Right, on the 5-minute,
on
correct.
the 5-minute. But then if
I,
you would have set a pending, it would have hit 1 to 2 on the next candle
yes,
or TP2. And yeah, and if you adjust, even if it went to 1 and you adjust, like you said, the bottom of that box,
right.
your stop to the bottom of that box, still 1 to 1.5.
So, I mean, I haven't set pendings. I've still market executed on it on everything, but I might next week try doing it with pendings.
Yeah, I'm just looking at, instead of sitting and waiting and watching, setting a pending, and if it doesn't ever come back, then doesn't come back. Kind of not any different than impulse when we set a pending for the fair value gap.
Right.
Because really that's what it's doing. If you look at it, it's coming back and filling that fair value gap.
Yeah. I just I don't care for the impulse. I don't,
Well, that's the one nice thing. We have lots of choices.
because things get contradicted.
So
Um,
how you trade you trade more Asian, don't you? Or do you trade in the morning
no,
sometimes?
I've been catching some because I have a sleep issue. I've been waking up like anywhere between 1:30 to 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm sleeping then.
So I've been getting on uh, Asian London.
Yeah,
They
overlap.
kind
There
of
you go.
they're kind of all intermingling there. And I've gotten on some early morning here between like before news,
Yep,
and then I won't do anything again until after news.
right,
But
same.
um I've also had substantial luck with on the not luck, I shouldn't say, uh strategy on ETH this
I
week.
saw that on one of your,
Yeah, I've had one, well, if you count, because I'm putting it on both my challenge accounts, I've had, I think I had two on Monday that were Ethereum, and I had two yesterday that were Ethereum
so
because I didn't like the way gold was looking this week. There was no rhyme or reason to what it was doing, and I couldn't.
how do you do Ethereum on it?
I don't do Ethereum on here.
Oh, okay.
I'm just showing you how it works for Golden Zone. And I did all of my trades last week off the settings on Golden Zone. And I had, what did I have? I had four golds plus NJ last week. And they were all based off of the Golden Zone.
Did you say 4 gold and NJ?
Yeah, I got NJ last week too, but
How do
not
you do
again,
that
not off this scanner.
off the gold watch?
No,
Oh,
not NJ. NJ is not a major US pair.
right. So that was just of your own
That was
knowledge?
just, yeah, that was just off a chart.
Okay. So Ethereum is just from your chart, not using a
Yeah.
scanner.
Well, it's something I actually traded before, and those were all on the 1 hour, by the way.
Okay.
Those were 1 hour time frame. And I'm gonna test out um on demo uh gold on the 1 hour and see how it does. Because I went on the 1 hour and I had those trades closed like no more than 30 minutes, one to twos.
So your scanner, the Aurous, as far as golden zone scanner, you did 4 gold trades last week.
Correct, yeah. We've got 10 minutes left on this Zoom. Do you want to do another one?
No, I think I understand that pretty well. I just got to go through oh, right on the top where it says training. Duh.
Yeah, now those are those are okay because that's what all my notes are on, are based off of the training that's in here. I started going in on the academy, and I vibe better with Chris, who on the academy is listed as Aurous Educator. It doesn't have his name there. It just says Aurous Educator, which is
Okay.
bizarre.
I think I've seen that actually.
Yeah, I don't particularly care for Evan. I just don't vibe with him.
Well, I'll check them both out.
And pay attention closely to videos numbered 21 through 27 on this training, because they give you scenarios that might come up, and they tell you what to do about those scenarios.
Oh, okay.
Like one changes trend, and there's two options. You either close it or wait to see if it's going to continue with the original trend. So those videos I found very, very useful. And I even, you know, uh, drew the pictures of what they had up there as far as the candles and the action zone and where it was and what it was doing. So I don't know, you might want to screenshot, but for me, it sinks in more if I'm writing it down myself.
Well, yeah, I like to write it down so that I can look at it if I need it and not have to
Patient,
try to find my screenshots.
they said in one of the videos, patience is super important. Risk to reward 1-to-1 advisable to close at 80% partials and um, leave
5%
ideal.
running.
Yeah, because at that point you've already got profit on the table and let the rest run out. And they recommend to put the stop loss at the validation level plus 5 points. So, and that's actually what I've been doing on
So now once this one's done, because I'm scrolling back through here, is that they don't repaint. Like once, if I go back over a week, you don't see them all. No, it looks like,
no, you won't see it. It's a one-time shot.
yep. So it's hard to see if there's a consistent time that they pop up, like during my trading time, or maybe I'll have
Yeah,
to open it at night.
yeah, that's something you're just gonna have to test out.
Yep,
And obviously you don't want to do it on your, you want to do it on demo until you
right.
can try to figure something out.
Yeah, no, this is pretty cool. They need to do this with Impulse.
Yeah, I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
They won't because it's a different scanner, different idea,
Yeah, exactly.
but yeah, no fun. I'm gonna definitely play around with this on demo.
Yeah,
See how I do.
I will once the recording is
Rendered.
yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Rendered.
I will go ahead and send you a link to the recording so baby girl can have it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Perfect.
Um, so I mean, I'm really excited about it.
You know,
Uh,
for me, I'm only looking for a couple of percent a week. So this might just do it for me.
it might very well. And there's nothing saying that you have to drop down to the 5 minute. If you just want to do it on the 15 or the 30 minute, you can do that.
Right. Just longer for it to play out,
But
which no big
well,
deal, but also enables me to walk around more.
again, test it out on the demo, because if you're going to set a pending anyway,
Yep.
you're not going to be sitting there waiting for it to hit the pending. You're going to be doing something else.
Right.
So what's the difference if you go in on the 15 or the 30 minute?
It doesn't matter. Correct. Yep.
See, it wouldn't matter to me either if I did it on the 1 hour, but I still want to test it out on.
Because the exits are all the same.
Yeah. Well, yeah, on each of the time frames,
Yep.
everything is set up the same.
It's all the same. Yeah, that's pretty slick. I'm gonna have some fun with this.
And
How's that going now? Kind of makes you wish you had a runner. What's the gray line at the top?
what's the what? I'm sorry.
Oh, that's current price. No, no. What is the gray line at the top?
Oh,
I'm on the 5 minute. If you look at the 5 minute, there's above exit 2, there's another gray line.
okay.
Might have to push your screen a little.
What they do is gold is and you'll hear this in the first couple of videos. They talk about these lines and stuff. It's based on whole numbers. So
Oh, okay.
they mark up the whole numbers.
I
And,
see
I
that.
believe
Yep.
it's in fives.
Yep. It is 1995.
Yeah, if I'm not
That
mistaken.
price it's setting at.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I'm right there with you.
It was another one of them
Here you
days.
made me yawn.
Woke up at, I think it was 1:49, but I kept pushing myself. I kept flopping over in bed and saying, no, go back to sleep. Because usually I'm reaching over checking
Sometimes
the
that
phone.
works. Sometimes that doesn't. I know.
So yeah, it was I did like the training in off of this tab in here because they were like 10 minutes long. So
That's nice.
I got through half of them one day and then I finished up the other half the next day.
Yeah, that's something that's, when they're an hour each, it's like, okay,
Yeah.
it's gonna take me 2 weeks just to get
I
through
end
this
up
training.
dozing off. I nod off a lot because it's just so boring. They're monotone and
Uh,
gets me up a wall to sit and try to listen to somebody and it's all in one tone.
that would drive me nuts too.
You got to show some excitement. I mean, think about the Zooms I used to do. I
Yeah.
didn't I didn't sit there and talk in one tone.
Well,
I
no, because
about something y'all knew it.
it's a true story. Yeah. See, I can use. Did you figure out your trade assistant yet?
Sorry, what's that?
Did you figure out your trade assistant yet?
Yeah, yeah. I've been using it.
Because that's nice. You can plug in that, at 1-to-1 to close 80% and then let the rest go, move the stop to break even when you get to that. So you literally can set it and walk away and check it
Well,
later.
technically, I guess I could do 1-to-ones and see how it does, but it's already taken too long to try to bring that other little challenge account up.
So what do you have for challenge accounts now?
Sorry, what's that?
What do you have for challenge accounts now? You have your one through funded next, right? And then one through,
I have funded next, and then I have one through funding traders.